that was like an obtrusive thought for me to just do the thing, which came about from having gone out last night. I was really tired and I didn't really feel like doing anything, but I'd hardly left the house all day. I was working from 8:30 in the morning until 7 o'clock in the evening. I went to get a kebab straight after work, and then some friends from the swim club were asking if people are out, and it was only 8 o'clock or something. And I thought, fuck it, I've literally hardly done any exercise, and I just then got on my bike and saw a beautiful sunset over the River Tyne and went to see some friends. I don't know them very well, new friends, and there is so much beauty in just chilling out, getting to know new people, and having the confidence of not saying anything if you've got nothing to say. There was one person in the group who got quite drunk quite quickly, and it's a shame because I know that personality type, and I've seen it in clients and some old acquaintances and stuff. It's like when you feel really socially anxious and really scared of that kind of a situation, but you're desperate for some human connection, then filling that void with just talking shit is so unnecessary. Trust me, people will like you more if you just sit still or stand still and don't say anything if you don't have anything to say, because it makes everyone feel really uncomfortable and really awkward. And it does require a lot of confidence, actually, and practice to just be okay being quiet. And I still practice that myself. Sometimes I do feel like, you should chip in, but it's just not. I don't feel like it's the right thing to do. What else? The UK, King's coronation. Why? I'm not going to talk about it because I'm not going to watch it, and I'm just not really bothered. So I don't actually, because I don't follow any news. I don't follow. I follow astrophysics news. That's about it. And not too close either. I just don't. I trust that if there's anything important going on in the world, people around me will let me know. And so, oh God, when this test alarm went off for the emergency testing system, I literally thought the world's gonna end because I wasn't aware of it. Just like me and my friends' phones going off simultaneously, and I was just thinking, oh my God, where is the mushroom cloud? That was horrifying. But instead, I've just finished work. Surprise, surprise, I'm gonna head out for lunch with my lovely friend Tineke, and our attempt is to find somewhere in town where there's no televisions and we can just maybe grab a bite to eat, maybe go bowling, do something. But yeah, about the do the thing. I didn't feel like going out last night. I didn't feel like particularly socialising. I was really tired, but it was too early to go to bed. And in the end, it was so much more rewarding to get on my bike, to cycle across, to see my friends and acquaintances and new people. I had amazing chats. Two of them were just like, oh my God, can I come and see your gym? Can I start training with you? I'm like, oh, I've only got limited time and resources and stuff. But I'm like, you come and check it out, babe. I like to, if someone's uncertain, I will offer a free taster session, and I've just said, yeah, come in for free. We'll do a little vibey session, because people imagine that I'm a personal trainer and that means that I shout at them. It's quite the opposite. It's a very mellow, chilled out atmosphere, and people just become the best or better versions of themselves. It's not that bad. It's amazing. So I wish I could spread more of this energy, but this is my medium to do so. Thank you, podcasting world. What an amazing way to connect with people and the world and everything. Let's move on to section 2. I should probably come up with some kind of dividing sound so that you know we're moving on to the next section. Section 2 out of 3 is me sharing something useful with you. What should we do today? I reckon a very basic, since we talked about the gym, let's do the perfect gym plan for fat loss. Obviously, you're not going to be doing the same plan for the rest of your life. That's not going to give you results. Your body needs to keep guessing what's coming next. So you do need to be changing your plan. However, what I'm going to share with you is the basic principles so you can actually build your own plan at any moment in time to get the best fat loss results. Let's just scrape the surface with fat loss. Muscle weighs more than fat in terms of the space it takes. So if you have this much space and you fill it with muscle, that'll be heavier than this much space. When you fill it with fat, it'll be lighter than the muscle. Essentially what that means is if you focus on building lean muscle mass, your body will end up burning more calories in any given day. So it raises your basal metabolic rate, i.e. that's the BMR, if you lie down in a coma state, your body will burn more calories if you have more lean muscle mass. So when you build a fat burning gym program, you want to make sure that you're not just going and doing some bloody cardio that doesn't challenge your muscles. So the structure I've used for over a decade, and given the sort of when I've been making fat loss plans for clients or just people, is as follows. First 5 minutes. This is okay. Let me just give you the very sort of, if you're a beginner, this is a very, very, very good place to start. First 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, warm up. Get on a recumbent cycle or a cross trainer, or if you like the treadmill, I don't, get on anything that's like a cardio type of thing. Get your blood flowing, raise your heart rate a little bit, and this is just your warm up. You don't really need to focus on anything else, but just don't be on your phone, man. Go to the gym to work out. Then your structure for the gym is going to be doing a compound exercise, i.e. using more than one muscle group at a time, i.e. using multiple joints at any one time. Your structure is going to be leg exercise, chest/shoulder exercise, and a back exercise. In other words, lower body, push and pull. You only really need 3 exercises per session to work your entire body. Okay, you could just go and do deadlifts and you will work pretty much all the muscles in your body with just one exercise, or go and do kettlebell swings. But let's not go there. Let's just keep it nice and straightforward, and the way that you will feel like you've really done something and achieved something perhaps when you exit the gym. So, legs, push, pull. That's it. It's as straightforward as that. It doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need to be splitting body parts. You don't need to be doing bicep curls, because if you do a lat pull down where you're pulling the bar towards your chest and say you're using a supinated grip, i.e. your hands like in a soup bowl position, so you're pulling it with your palms facing towards your face, then you're using your biceps doing that, and you're getting, on top of the bicep workout, you're also getting a back workout. So okay, let's back to basics. Legs, push, pull. Let's do leg press first, or you could do lunges to have it as a slightly more dynamic move. They're your 2 main things to start with legs. Form of lunges or split squats. And squats or leg press. Okay, so let's just call it leg press. That's your first exercise. Second exercise is going to be chest press or shoulder press. Shoulder press is going to utilize slightly fewer muscles, so smaller muscle groups, because you're pushing overhead instead of when you're pushing straight on. You're going to be utilizing your chest, your pecs a little bit better, and using the front of your shoulders as well, your front deltoids. And then finally, if you do a pull, let's say you do a seated row or a lat pull down, that's you done. So your next session at the gym is going to be 5 to 10 minutes warming up, then leg press, then chest press, then seated row. Or lunges and shoulder press and lat pull down. Or pull up if you're strong enough. Pull-ups are amazing for your back. Then, to finish off, I would, if you want to really, really maximize fat burn. Oh yeah, okay, let's go through sets and reps. Say you're not super experienced at the gym, you just want to have a good time, get the most out of it. Do 3 sets of 8 to 15 reps. Between 8 and 15. The whole point of your set is that you don't really leave a lot in reserve, as in at the end of your set, you want to feel like you don't have much at all left to give. That's how you know the weight's heavy enough. So you don't need to, one day you might have slept really badly. You can't really be going like, oh, I need to do this amount of kilograms. No. One day you'll feel great doing that. Another day you'll feel like you're shit. So just go with the vibe, listen to your body. And if you can do more than 15 reps at that weight, it's too light. Up the weight. Okay, so 3 sets per exercise, 8 to 15 reps. It's quite a vast rep range, but research has shown that that's sort of ideal for burning fat, getting the best benefits from the gym. If you're not working, if you're just working for fat loss. The fewer reps you do, the more it's going to be towards strength training. And the more reps you do, it's going to be more towards bodybuilding or endurance. But we'll not go there just now. So if you want to really maximize your fat burn, then I would highly recommend, this is what made me fall in love with the idea of becoming a PT. It's called Tabata training. So finish your session. This could literally be done in less than half an hour, 20 minutes, and you're out. And you've had the most amazing benefits. Your body needs to recover, and you'll get maximized results. You do not need to spend 2 hours at the gym. If you do spend 2 hours at the gym, you need to really ask yourself why. And you're not maximizing your benefits. You're definitely, your body needs to recover. It's only at the recovery state where you're getting the benefits, where you're getting the results. It's at sleep. It's at rest. It's not whilst you're working out. So as I was saying, to finish your session off, if you feel like a lunatic and if you want to really rock and roll the shit out of this gym session, do a Tabata set. That means 4 minutes of exercise only. And this is, I'm not actually completely up to date with the most current research, but before I became a PT, this is what inspired me. A 4-minute Tabata set will outweigh the benefits of an over 40-minute run. And that should be enough to give you a fucking yes, please mentality as to you can really reap benefits with in such a short amount of time. So, Tabata set. T-A-B-A-T-A. Tabata. It's going to be 20 minutes, not 20 minutes, 20 seconds of high intensity work. That's like you going all out. As much as you can, really utilizing your muscles. If you're doing squats, you're going to really pulse those squats and not stand up fully and take a pause at the top. You're really going to rep out as many reps as you can. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. Repeat 8 times. Straightforward. You can do this on a cardio machine, or you can do it with bodyweight exercises. That's my two best recommendations. Most importantly, if you do it on a cardio machine, just make sure that you have good resistance with your movement. So don't make it a sprint where you're not in control of your muscles. You want to, if you do it on a, say, spin bike, you want to have enough resistance so you're really your legs are burning and you're like panting like a motherfucker. Okay, disclaimer, if you do have any pre-existing heart conditions, stuff like that in the family, please you do get an okay from a doctor before you embark on this crazy ass shit, because it's very, very intense. You should feel like you're dying at the end, but it's only 4 minutes out of your life. You'll be fine. 20 seconds off, 10 seconds. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. 8 times, done in 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Under 4 minutes. If you do bodyweight exercises in your Tabata, then I would suggest you have a maximum of 2 separate movements to really work on those muscles. There we go. That's your perfect fat loss plan for the gym. Are we all clear? Yeah, clear. People pay me a lot of money to give this information, and do you know what? I've seen it time and time again that it obviously works on paper, but it really works in real life. And you don't need to complicate your gym routine. Warm up. 3 sets of 8 to 15 reps of legs push pull. You can alternate the order as well. Doesn't need to be in that order. Followed by a lovely heat, high intensity interval training set, of which Tabata is my personal favorite. You will really, if you skip the gym and you just do Tabata, say 3 times a week, less than 12 minutes of exercise, I guarantee that in 2 weeks' time, you will notice a considerable difference in how strong you are, and the recovery takes a bit of time. Also, with your gym training, I'd say 3 times a week for someone like a regular person. Do you just want to feel good and be a bit healthier? And as you get older, you will naturally lose muscle mass. So basically, the amount of calories you'll burn during the day will get lower as you age. So it's super important to look after your musculature. Musculature, is that a word? Well, it is now. I'm sure it is as well. So yeah, just do that. Warm up. Your 3 exercises, which is going to work everything. You don't need to worry about your triceps and biceps because you're doing a compound move where you're using more than one joint at a time. You get all the benefits. All of them. Tabata set. Beautiful. I hope that helps. Let me know how you get on. I would always love to hear if you do get benefits from my advice. Drop me an email to hello@erikahelsinki.com. Highly appreciate it. And I haven't looked at this, but it's time for section 3 out of 3. It's the final section of the podcast. Let's have a look. I've literally not prepared at all. Need to find the tab where I've got the questions open. Let me just pause the recording and I'll get back to you once I find them. Even my laptop's battery's running low. I have a headache. I've taken codeine and I hate codeine, but I'm at such bad back pain that it's actually really helped. Amazing. It's really helped. I can actually do stuff now. I can twist. I couldn't twist 2 days ago. Still have a headache, but I think that's dehydration because I had a few drinks yesterday. Silly Billy. I'm a silly Billy. My Friend podcast. There we go. Questions. Okay, what should we choose? What scares you? Good questions, yeah. Good flirting techniques. Okay. Smart with money when you absolutely source it. Meditation. Oh, nice. I'm going to do a whole episode on meditation, but not now. How do you approach and deal with people who initially work it? Okay, let's do this one. What's the recording? Here we go. Okay, we're back. I found what I was looking for, which was you, my friend. Sneaky. Really, I need to get rid of this habit of doing that. Because I never realised that I did it until I listened back to my podcast. Here we are, learning new stuff. Also, yes, let's get into Q&A, questions and answers. So, if you want to send your question in, please do so. I'd love any and every question. Just don't be a dick. Well, you can be a dick. You can try and be a dick if you want. That's fine. That's fine. Send your questions to Erika. No, hello@erikahelsinki.com. And very importantly, actually, just so that they don't get lost in the email space universe void, email void. Title it as, so put the title as question, maybe with capital letters, just to draw my attention to it. I can't wait to hear get more of your questions and build my list of questions that I'd like to answer. It's really nice to have some choice. So also as a reminder, I will put a link in the show notes. This question that I'm going to be answering is also going to be listed in my sort of, it's like a form, it's like a website type of thing. Click on that link and give your answer to this question. I would love to hear your thoughts as well as mine, because it's very important not to get stuck in your own, your own idea loops. You know, sometimes you just feel like, oh, obviously this is the way it goes. Obviously, as a personal trainer, I get this a lot, where I take it for granted. I take it for granted that people have all the knowledge that I have, and then I just think, everyone knows about macros. Everyone knows about how the body works. Everyone knows about biomechanics of movement. Everyone understands. And then I realize, they don't. I'm just stuck in my own head with the knowledge that I have, and it's very rewarding then to get other people's opinions, thoughts, ideas, and so forth. So today's question, let me write down that this has been done in episode 4. Is this already episode 4? Yay, rock and roll. Woohoo! Closer to episode 21, which is my big thing. I'm going to get there to be within the 1% of podcasters who make it that far. Can't wait. Today's question. Thank you for sending this in, Miss C. How do you approach and deal with people who initially were good connections, but they've gone bad and are causing problems? How do you approach and deal with people who initially were good connections, but they've gone bad and are causing problems? Okay, causing problems. Okay. Who initially were good connections? If they were initially good connections, there must have been a reason for it. And it's fine to have short-lasting friendships. Absolutely fine. Or relationships. As long as it serves you both. I find that with the social media world, more and more people are trying to put up this persona. So if the relationship's really radically changed in a short period of time or whatever, just through time, it's also a possibility that they had a persona with you to begin with. They were putting up a front to try and please you, to try and behave in a way that they knew was going to get to you. Especially, I've got some experience with very manipulative, narcissistic people. If someone is good at manipulation, they can really pull the right strings. So I don't know exactly what the situation here is. I would actually prefer to have more of an insight as to what exactly is the, what kind of good connection was it, and how has it gone bad. That's what would really interest me. But let's just go with the superficial stuff that we've got now. So just basically, if you just live in the day, live in the moment, and enjoy. If you have a good connection, grasp that. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about how long it's going to last. Don't worry about anything. That's the kind of anxious mindset that is so prevalent these days. Just try really hard to live in the moment. Be mindful that this now is good, is serving me. Once it stops serving you, once you feel like they are a burden in some way, first thing is, which is really hard, it can be very hard to do, especially if you're quite an empathetic person. But the first step is to have a chat with them. Have an honest, straightforward conversation. And this is really hard. But let's just work towards this, all of us. Tell them what might be bugging you. Don't blame them because they'll go in defense mode. Just say, it is my feeling that, or I've interpreted this situation as. Just talk about how you're genuinely feeling, because then they can respond. Maybe there's a misunderstanding. Maybe you're just not on the same page, and the only way to unravel that knot is to talk about it. Some people are better at I think definitely face-to-face is always going to be the best. It's also the hardest. Text can be especially, I know this for myself. I've heard in the past that the way I text can be interpreted as quite rude and blunt, but I'm from Finland. We are straight talking. We are. Every single person from Finland is straight talking. It's difficult. So nowadays I prefer to do voice notes, purely because I feel like things don't get lost in translation as much. But if you can just have a chat, that's good. But if the situation has really changed, they've gone bad and are causing problems. Okay, somebody causing problems, first of all, talk about it. Talk to them about it, not to other people. You can get your best friend's opinion or, an outsider's view on the situation. That's fine. But don't continue stirring shit by talking behind their back about this situation, because it's only going to get worse. Once word gets out, it's going to get messy and it's just absolutely pointless. Let's just fucking find peace and love, If somebody's causing problems in your life and they are impacting your life satisfaction, the quality of your life in a negative way, then my most loving, caring, actually the kindest answer I could give is get rid. And that can sound quite harsh, but if you can't solve a situation with another person and it's draining you, it's making you think in a way that's making you more depressed or just feel down, there are more people in the world. You don't need this one. You got this, babe. Just get rid. And how to get rid? Don't be saying, you're a dick. You're not serving me. So I'm going to get rid of you. You're shit. No. You can just, for me, honesty is the best policy. And the best thing would be to say, I'm sorry, I feel like, again, it's about your feelings. And nobody can tell you that they are wrong. There can be conversations that can be had, but if you just, I need to have a precise situation here, but can I think of something from my own life? I mean, obviously, like, say, past relationships and stuff. So you can just be, like, say, okay, so someone I dated for maybe a few months, back in 2020, I think. he very suddenly and very, he had this front on. And then suddenly he just became this quite passive-aggressive person. And it was really odd because he hadn't behaved that way at all in the past. But obviously meeting someone on a dating app, you can't know them. I didn't meet his friends. He hardly had any. So how am I supposed to know what he's like? So when he started being this like sort of really possessive and really passive-aggressive, as in, oh my God, he said when I met him in Edinburgh after a few, a good few days that we hadn't seen each other, he's like, I was a bit disappointed how you didn't hug me with more passion. I'm like, fucking hell, I'm not here to perform. I'm here to be part of this relationship between you and me. And you're telling me that it's the way I hugged you wasn't good enough? My God. And yeah, he just lashed out a couple of times in a really weird way. Like, don't tell me. And I was like, right, okay. And then I kind of I just left it and just said, best if we just don't continue, really. I didn't need to go into detail. He will know. He'll know that he wasn't giving out his full personality in the first couple of months. He'll know. I don't need to say anything. He can do his own work. And then I was like, I'm not feeling it anymore. And that's it. But that's in a romantic setting. It was to do with a friend then, and this might be absolutely terrible advice. I don't know. But if they're not really asking questions or being like really intensely trying to get in touch and stuff, then just fizzle it out. Just say, I'm sorry, I'm busy. Then you can stay amicable, you can stay friends. You can always, when you bump into each other, if you do, just be like, hi, how you doing? But don't try and act out like, hi, amazing to see you. If that's not how you're feeling. Just, let's not pretend. It only causes problems. And let's just chill. I wonder if did I answer the question? How do you approach and deal with people who initially were good connections, but they've gone bad and are causing problems? Yeah, well, anyway, if somebody's causing problems in your life, you don't need that. You don't need that. Unless it's, you're causing problems. Maybe you're very defensive. Maybe they're causing problems and they're bringing some of your faults into your awareness. Maybe that's you considering that's what you think is like causing problems. Is it? Is it time for you to reflect on your own self, your own behavior, the way you treat people? I don't know. Try and have a little think. But if they're outright just going out of their way to stir shit or cause problems, then no. There is so much more, so many better things in this life to focus on. Get friends who appreciate you. Get people who appreciate you in your life. Who, I'm saying give you something. I don't mean they have to physically give you something or they have to perform. I'm just saying hang out with people who do not drain you. That's what I strive to do. And it served me very well. And I used to be of this mindset of kind of trying to grasp onto things and just being like, oh, I hope this lasts forever. And nowadays, things don't need to last forever. Nothing lasts forever. It's just a fact. And I used to think that's a really sad fact. But right now I think it's beautiful. Because when you maximize peace and kindness, then life's going to be absolutely amazing. It's a journey you need to focus on, not the destination. How far are we? 35 minutes, close to. Should we do another one? No, so I'm just going to... Oh, okay, I'll do a quick one. What scares you the most? Good question. Oh, what scares me? I think about death a lot, but that doesn't necessarily scare me. I think it's actually currently a very big driving force in my life. Memento mori. What's the other one? Amor fati. I love these. I love the Latin sayings. What scares me the most? Bad people, I think. What scares me the most? It's such a good question, and everyone should ask it of themselves. I think just what comes to mind first is, say, The Shining, the movie The Shining with Jack Nicholson. He does an outstanding job at acting out the psychopath. And it's basically, yeah, maybe psychopaths scare me the most. I'm not going to go into detail right now, but I've had experience with where I felt like I have to fear for my life. And it's not nice. It really occupies all of your thoughts. And when a person can be truly evil and have no nice feelings inside of them, they can't feel love, they can't feel true joy, they can't understand human emotion, the good ones. All they feel is like rage and fear. No, they don't feel fear. Rage and what else do they feel? Sort of vengeance and jealousy in a way. I fear being too naive to let someone like that close again. And I fear that fear has made my walls go up a little bit more. But I'm working really hard on being vulnerable and not judging anyone. And trusting people until they give me a reason not to. So say, like, if an animal kills a person, you can't really be angry at the animal, they're just an animal. But then amongst us there are people who just have those animal instincts, but they are just ruthless. It would be horrible to be completely grasped in somebody like that. That's not English. Yeah, I don't know. People. Bad people. Vicious people. What else scares me? Spiders don't scare me anymore. I turned myself away from that when I realised that my reaction to spiders impacts my kids' reactions to spiders. So I thought, oh God, they don't need to be scared of the house spiders in England. So I'm not scared of them. What else am I scared of? Oh, I know what I hate. Oh, natural nails. I'm not scared of them, but I can't look at them. First of all, long nails on a man, like I'm saying, like a heterosexual, just doesn't look after themselves. Long nails and long natural nails. I'm literally getting shivers here. Long nails on anyone that are natural and untreated, as in don't have any nail varnish or gel polish on them and stuff. And just the sound of them on any surface. It's really weird. I used to sort of think I feel like it's much worse than nails on a chalkboard, or not much worse, but worse. And it comes from me having worked at a climbing centre and just having to hear that kind of like nail hitting the climbing wall and just like twisting, bending backwards. It's horrible. That's obviously not a fear. It's just something I'm absolutely repulsed by. Fear. Obviously.
I found this on the
Shush! Again, Siri man. Again, well, biggest fear would be for my children to die before me. That's actually probably my biggest fear. And I hope I don't need to live through that, because I have all the sympathy in the world for people who do. I have a friend who lost her baby when she was 5 months old, and I just can't. It shattered my heart when she rang me. And that kind of grief is just unimaginable. Yeah. I feel like I need to go and do nice things now. I'm going to message my friend who I'm going to have lunch with today. We're going to have to sort out someplace not too busy. Hopefully we can find somewhere. I love eating out. Oh, let's get some food in me. So go and give your answers to what scares you the most and the previous question through the link that I'll post in the show notes. And send me your questions to hello@ericahelsinki.com. Do come and find me on Instagram with Erica_Helsinki. If you already don't know where I am. And make sure to subscribe to this now long-lived podcast wherever you're listening. Click subscribe, and my first and foremost, utmost request that would fill me with joy, happiness, and awe would be if you shared this episode with just one friend. I would love that so much. It would mean so much to me that you don't even know. Thanks for being a friend. Thanks for being here. Thanks for having me in your ears. Truly, truly appreciate it. I love having you in my life, wherever you are. And I will catch you when I catch you. I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely day or night or whatever. And wherever you are in the world, I'm going to go and check out my analytics for the second time ever. I was puzzled actually when I published my first one. I had like 5 downloads or whatever. And I was like, I've not even told anyone about this, so how did they find me? I don't know. But that's, I might not even actually go and check the stats. I'm not interested. But actually, also, if you're only listening on the podcast side, I reckon I'll be really, well, I've been video recording these as well. So I'm putting them on YouTube into my channel, Erica Helsinki, which used to be Don't Go Back in Time, because it was a Finnish vlog when my kids were young. But you can find the sort of behind the scenes recordings of these things on YouTube. Random stuff, unedited, just like the podcast. You can subscribe to that too. That'd be awesome. Awesome. Erica Helsinki. I am that everywhere. And that's it, I think. Have a lovely day. Thank you for being here, my friend. Truly appreciate you. Ta-ta. In the bag. So good. Literally omen-and-ahhing about doing a podcast, and it was that one podcast episode that I listened to where they talked about human connection. It was a therapist who was being interviewed, and I don't remember which podcast it even was. And I can't believe it just sort of clicked, and I kind of now feel like I'm just so happy to be doing this, and I can't believe I didn't do this earlier. But at the same time, I feel like I had to wait for the time to be right. It's never the right time, and it wasn't the right time, but I had to wait for the overwhelming sense of, I can't not do this. And it scared the shit out of me recording my first thing. And like the second episode of the podcast is just me talking my morning thoughts under like my duvet cover. That was like a pre-recording, and I just thought that was really good, because I thought if I keep doing these things when I've got plenty of voice notes and I don't release them anywhere, then what the fuck's the point? It is still like my therapy to just do those things, private notes. But as long as I'm not talking about other people with their names and stuff, then nobody, like, it's just all fine. It's just the way I experience the world. And I think it would be lovely to get to know people on a similar level.
Here's what I found.
Oh, shut up again. So, yeah, that's it. Subscribe, please. Thank you very much. It's lovely. This is just lovely. I hope you enjoy my behind the scenes. I'm going to be uploading that to be scheduled to be out tomorrow. And what I'm doing with these YouTube videos now is as soon as I exit this, I'll upload this onto YouTube, but as a private video. So I'll then just probably release them when I've done the actual podcast release. And then I can do some little clips of these. I wish what am I going to do with my hair? I just wish it was bigger. Anyway, that's beside the point. Okay. I'll catch you next time. Let's wait until 46 minutes. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Bye.